Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I've been having technical difficulties. It's tough streaming. This is a one-man show. Would you believe that? So I have to be doing streaming, editing, and creating a thumbnail. So I'm just learning streaming. So you're gonna have to bear with me. So coming back onto schedule and coming back onto the topic, we are going to look at a significant development in the Caribbean energy sector. For years, the drag and gas deal between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela has been a topic of heated discussion, particularly due to the U.S. interests in the region. And you know what's going on now, so it's like double tension, right? But now, after a lot of back and forth, the deal that was once rejected by the United States is getting the green light. U.S. Secretary Marco Rubio has just approved the deal and it's set to go ahead. But what does this approval mean for both countries? And what role does geopolitics play in this decision? So we're going to take a look at some clips and then you can always give your feedback and your comment on what do you think. Remember guys, I am just getting to learn a lot of stuff like the outsiders looking in. Remember that you are there experiencing reading before I knew a lot about these things. So my impact or my information might not be what you know or what you have experienced when reading the media houses, news, or feedback or information. So bear with me, okay? Correct me. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And I would definitely give some sort of apology, okay, if I don't have the information correct. Give me a minute here. Let me just get this cord in. So first we're going to look at, now remember this is a reaction video, okay? First we're going to look at the very first meeting at the White House where she met U.S. Secretary Marco Rubio. Okay, that's the end. So we'll just go back here, look at it. So it's just protocol. Shake hands. All right, this is just protocol. So normally, whatever delegate that goes to the White House from whatever country, there's a protocol where they will show and they will take pictures and a brief recording of what it is that took place with the secretariat. Okay, so that's one. Okay, next clip we would look at is a TDT report, Trinidad and Tobago Television Network, I believe that's what it is. So we're gonna look at that as well.
Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar SC met with Secretary of State Marco Rubio in a high-level diplomatic session in Washington on Tuesday. The meeting focused on three strategic areas: national security, energy security, and economic development. However, the major headline was the United States' commitment to support the approval of OFAC licenses. Government said they were informed about this by the Secretary of State following the high-level meeting, and that he supports the approval of the relevant Office of Foreign Assets Control, or OFAC, for the approval of specific licenses that will allow TNT to initiate formal discussions and operations related to its cross-border energy projects. Such licenses are issued by the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control and are required for any energy-related collaboration involving sanctioned jurisdictions. During the meeting, Secretary Rubio expressed gratitude to the Prime Minister and her government for their strong political and technical leadership, emphasizing that the process.
Okay, let's just listen to it closely, and then what I'm gonna do is actually read. So it's sanctions for the OFAC, something like that.
Discussions and operations related to its cross-border energy projects. Such licenses are issued by the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control and are required for any energy-related collaboration involving sanctioned jurisdictions. During the meeting, Secretary Rubio expressed gratitude to the Prime Minister and her government for their strong political and technical leadership, emphasizing that the prosperity of Trinidad and Tobago was in the interest of the United States. He also reaffirmed the enduring partnership between the two nations, grounded in shared goals, values, and a mutual commitment to regional stability and growth. Sonolala, TTT. All right, so that was TTT News, and that was their broadcast. And now we're gonna look at. So before we go on to the next clip, which is former Prime Minister Stuart Young's his breakdown of what happened and who's in control, and we're gonna look at it. Okay, I did glimpse it, but I'm gonna review it again with you guys, and you guys could let me know. Okay, first let's just take a step back and understand what the Dragon gas deal is all about. This deal involves the development of gas fields in Venezuela waters, specifically, the Dragon gas field, which lies off the Venezuelan coast. Trinidad and Tobago, with its expertise in natural gas processing, was looking to tap into this resource to help meet its own energy need and boost its economy. If you understand that, that means that, okay, the gas was found in Venezuelan waters off the Venezuelan coast, right? However, I think Venezuela reached out to Trinidad to help with the processing of the gas. So that was the deal. I believe this is the Dragon gas deal. So Trinidad is the one to do the work or the processing of it, but however, it's in Venezuelan waters. Okay, so once that is understood, that's really clear now. However, there was one significant roadblock. The U.S. government, under the Trump administration, and the U.S. imposed sanctions on Venezuela, preventing any direct energy deals with the country. So the U.S. imposed sanctions. That's understood. This meant that Trinidad and Tobago could not legally enter into an agreement with Venezuela for gas extraction and distribution. So you get that clear. For years, the deal hung in balance, with many questioning if it would ever materialize. Now, fast forward today, Marco Rubio, U.S. Secretary of State, has given the approval for this deal to go forward. This change instant is not just about energy or economics. It's deeply tied to shifting U.S. foreign policy under the current administration, which is recalibrating its approach towards Venezuela and by extension, the Caribbean. It is important to recognize that this shift does not just benefit Trinidad and Tobago, it also sends a message to Venezuela. And this is the message. Yep. Sorry for biting my nails. And other oil-rich nations in the region
that the U.S. is open to working with strategic allies in the energy deals, provide geopolitical environment is favorable, where it is favorable, sorry, with the growing energy demands in the region and the need for secure, reliable supply chains. This deal could mark a new chapter in the Caribbean energy politics. Okay? But while I was doing my research and getting all this information, former Prime Minister Stuart Young then came on and he had a record, did a video and posted it up. So let's just look at it. I'm going to only staying about 2 or 3 minutes on this and then I'll come off and then I'll let you guys, if you have any questions, let me know what you think. What do you think of it? Okay, so let me just come off here. And let's hear what Mr. Young has to say.
That any positive development for Trinidad and Tobago, anything that will progress Trinidad and Tobago in the right direction, is something that the PNM will obviously be happy about and encourage. I'm starting with the whole dragon gas issue and smiling at the irony of what we're dealing with here today. Because to take your minds immediately back to President's house, just a few months ago, after the swearing in of a cabinet, and none other than the Honorable Prime Minister, announcing to the world at large, Dragon was dead with glee, Dragon is dead, and that they would pursue gas in Grenada, Guyana, and Suriname, and that is where they would be. We find ourselves right back here today. It is this PNM administration that did the hard work and the legwork from 2016 all the way through to 2025 with respect to the pursuit of the Dragon gas field, which I want to remind Trinidad and Tobago, because it is obvious that the government will mislead you and the government will be akin to snake oil salesmen. The Dragon gas field is completely within the maritime borders of Venezuela. The Dragon gas field is completely owned by the people of Venezuela. And it is the PNM government that negotiated through very difficult and trying times and managed in December 2023, after many years, to obtain a 30-year exploration, production, and export of gas license from the Dragon field to Trinidad and Tobago waters. That license, which was published by the Venezuelan government and gazetted, and it was the same Minister Munilal, then opposition member Munilal, who with glee was circulating it in public. It was published in Spanish in their gazette in Venezuela. Should read the terms of this 30-year license. So the first point is the Dragon gas is owned by Venezuela and completely, the field is completely situated in Venezuela, and they have the rights to the gas and the gas field. That is Venezuela. The second thing is what we saw yesterday and the development between...
So yeah, we get that. We understand that. But look at what is going on right now. Does Venezuela have a say in this? Yes, I do believe Venezuela have a say. But let's see how this would impact this deal. I don't know. Yes, he's jumping and he has some sort of remorse. Yeah, I get it. Let me choose my words carefully. But I don't know how this is going to affect the whole Dragon deal. It was said that Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing because it's in Venezuelan waters. Um, it has a lot to do. So I don't know how Trinidad is going to play in this part. Nothing is set in stone. I don't think she went over there to discuss certain agreements, certain licenses, and especially I think she went over there to talk about the security of Trinidad. So this is interesting. This is very interesting. I can't say anything more. Let's just go back to this part. Yeah. So tell me what you guys think. So, what does this approval mean for the future of Trinidad and Tobago? I mean, all that we were approved to do was to process the gas, to get it ready because of the expertise we have in this sector. You know, Venezuela and the wider Caribbean, while the immediate benefit for Trinidad's energy sector are clear, we also have to consider the broader implications on the US Venezuela relations and the regional stability. And that's really, really a great factor right now. With the deal moving forward, we could see greater collaborations in the energy sector, but also some evolving dynamics with US policy and influence. So, guys, let me know what you think. Hit that button, subscribe, like. I do appreciate you guys very much. Drop a comment below. Let me know of your thoughts on the development, and let's see where this goes. All we could do is just pray and hope that peace reign, peace that passes all understanding. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And who God bless, no man curse. If God be for you, who could be against you? Bye.